magical
Madness. Hello.
Hi. Happy Magical Madness Monday.
We are here. Beginning of the week.
Yep.
Who doesn't love a good Monday?
You have been messing with that cord
I know.
the whole time for
just
a
can't get
while.
it.
It's kind of like when
Can't get it comfortable.
a girl like messes with her hair and tries to get it in the correct place.
Yeah.
That's where you're at right now.
Just trying to get like the slack of the cord to feel right.
Feel right.
But I'll get it.
It's just kind of funny to watch you
That's good. I got
do
it.
How are you today?
I'm great, actually.
Yeah.
I feel good.
It's been a really good morning. We went to our favorite coffee shop this morning.
Yep.
And got a coffee and a muffin. And it's funny because I was trying to be different because there's like I like most of their muffins. I've gotten one muffin I don't like. It was an orange chai muffin. Do you remember that?
When was that?
When it was a while ago.
Okay.
But it was an orange chai muffin. I was like trying to be different, and I thought it would be more orange front forward, like flavor forward.
Yeah.
And
I feel like
chai
I vaguely
more
remember this.
forward, but it was just kind of bland.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like eating bread that had a slight taste to it.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't like love that, but I was trying to be different this time, and there was a muffin that I like always get, which is a raspberry chocolate chip muffin. And right next to it was a coffee cake muffin. So I ordered the coffee cake muffin. And then she put it down in front of me, and I was like, this is the raspberry chocolate chip. But I didn't want to say, like, this is the wrong muffin because she already, like, put it on the plate and stuff. I didn't want her to have to put it back. But I ate the raspberry chocolate chip one.
Anyway. But you've had it before and you knew you liked it.
Yeah.
So why risk it?
I didn't want to, like, give it back.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's my favorite muffin I think they have there.
Nice.
It's usually the raspberry chocolate chip. Sometimes there's white chocolate chips in them. And
Yeah.
this one was, like, regular chocolate chips, though.
Yeah, we have a go-to coffee shop near us, and they kill the muffin game.
Yeah, and I mean,
very good muffins.
Like gluten-free vegan muffins are like delicious.
Like, and I would eat those no problem.
Yeah,
and they don't. I wouldn't know that they were gluten-free.
Today you got a regular gluten one, but yeah, like you get them often, and that's how I know like they're actually good and stuff.
Yeah.
But this one was good. It wasn't the best one that I had, but it was still pretty good. But I like that coffee shop a lot. We've talked about it before. We'll probably talk about it again. But a coffee and a pastry, you can't
beat
go
it.
wrong.
On a day off, starting your day like that.
Yeah, especially on a day off.
Can't beat it.
When we haven't had caffeine in the last for like, well, you hadn't had it for 3 days. I haven't had it for 4 days.
Yeah.
So having coffee like that's probably why I might be a little jittery this episode.
Very awake.
I'm very much here.
Yeah.
Because after not having caffeine for that long and then having it, it's just nice.
Yep, it hits different.
I really like it. So that's basically what we did this morning.
Yeah.
Let's go get coffee, which is our favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
You said that to me this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this our favorite thing to do? Because it is.
It just is. It's nice when you find something that you both like to do the same amount together.
Yeah.
One person doesn't like it more than the other.
No, I think ours are both like we have the coffee and like sitting down at a coffee shop, getting coffee, going for a stroll.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to say the W word because he's prattling right here.
I can tell he's a little on the verge of wanting to be restless. He's on the verge. I don't know where he's at right now.
He either wants to sleep or go or be crazy.
Yeah.
There's like no, he's very calm though when I touch him.
Yeah, he just needs to just get in that sleep mode and then he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're at yet, but.
But can't say, we got to say stroll.
Mm-hmm.
So we like going for a stroll and we like to shop. I think those are like our 3 things that we both equally like to do as much as the other person.
I would agree.
And go to Disney.
What?
Speaking of Disney, let's maybe get to our Disney topic. Yeah. This one's going to be kind of fun, I think, because this is a brand new experience that we did. And after doing it, I feel like we can have an opinion on it because it's something that I didn't have a full opinion on before,
Yeah.
but now after doing it, I have one.
Yeah.
So we are going to talk about the after hours party at the Disney World parks.
Yep.
So, we'll get into all of the details of that in the episode, but that's what we're going to talk about today. And I have a question for you. Question
Okay.
of the day. Whoop whoop.
Whoop.
What's your favorite time of the day to go to the Disney World parks?
It's a good one.
I know. This is going to be, I feel like it was going to be hard for you.
Yeah.
Because I know there's 2 times of the day that are your favorite.
Mornings and evenings.
Yeah, but you have to pick one.
I got to pick one.
Yeah.
That's kind of tough. Here's the thing. Evenings, I won't have coffee.
Right.
I can't have coffee past like 4. But I really enjoyed the after hours. I don't know. There's something about though earlier in the day where it's like, all right, my day's getting started. You're full of energy. Let's go. I think if I were to be resting most of the day at like the resort and then going at night, I'd pick night. But if we're doing a full park day,
You
my
choose
favorite
morning.
morning would be. Overall, I think morning's my favorite time to go.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
And it's usually not as hot.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I always hit a second wind though at night.
Yeah.
Both of
That's
these
true.
times are not as hot, I would say.
Yep.
Like both of these times of the day. I'd say afternoon is my least favorite time to be in the park.
There
I can
is-
definitely say that.
There's definitely a midday period where you're just like, or it's almost like I just want to leave and come back.
Yeah.
Almost always, no matter what park you're at. For
Yeah.
me, anyway, I'm sure a lot of people
Yeah.
have hit that point where they're just like, man, because especially if you're at the same park all day,
Yeah.
there's usually a time where you're like, I don't really know what to do
I just want to sit.
or just sit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like at those times of the day, it's never like there's never like an easy spot to sit at, if that makes sense. Like there's just not like the good spot to sit at. So
Yeah.
it's like you want to sit at 2:00 or 3:00, but you're in Magic Kingdom and the parade happens, and it's like, well, there's nowhere to sit.
Yeah.
And it just gets crowded, and yeah.
Park hopping definitely helped though with the
Yes.
midday lull.
Yeah.
Like
Because
when
you can
you're-
just leave.
when you're done at one park and you're like, I've done most of it. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You just leave.
And you can like take that leaving time as like your break. It's kind of like a built-in break when you're moving to a different park.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say my favorite time is the morning too.
Yeah.
I would say the morning because I like having a
I
coffee.
feel like a lot of people would agree with us on that
Yeah,
or have the same.
I like getting there early, and something about, I don't know, but the anticipation for like after hours parties kind of hit the same way as like the morning going to a park.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of where
I mean,
I
the
like that anticipation of getting to the park.
The after hours is cool. Like if not to like jump ahead, but if you're doing after hours, I would suggest doing it on an off day. And not
yes.
mixing it with like a park day.
No, don't mix with the park
Yeah,
day.
just treat that as like a half park day in a way.
Yes. So let's get into after hours party. So we personally have only done the after hours party at Magic Kingdom,
Mhm.
but we're gonna kind of take our experience with that and what we know of the other parks and kind of give our opinion. We're
Yeah.
basically gonna go through what after hour parties are and then end with, do we think they're worth it?
Yeah.
And it's going to be like a loaded question, I think, at the end. And it might not have a full answer to it. But there are after hours parties. I looked it up, and on Disney's website, there only says they're at the 3 parks, which is Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. I did not see one for Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom makes sense because I think they just can't be open late past
Yeah.
8
Yeah.
or something like
or
that.
7. Yeah, I think they close at 7. Probably earlier on like the off season, like when the sun goes down earlier. But
Yeah.
I think the after hours parties do happen at Animal Kingdom, or they're going to start happening at Animal Kingdom. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, really?
It was kind of like a mixed, when I looked it up, I got The like whatever AI overview whatever was telling me that Animal Kingdom does, but Disney website was telling me they don't.
Okay.
And we know that AI overview is
Yeah,
mostly wrong.
I've caught them wrong many times.
Yeah. The majority of the time usually wrong.
Yeah.
But
I don't know about majority.
I don't know. A lot of times for me it feels
They get a
little
lot of
wrong.
things. It gets a lot of things right. But just AI in general does tend to miss.
So
there'll be a day where I don't think it's ever wrong.
but I don't know if the Animal Kingdom has one, but according to Disney's website, as of today, when I clicked on there, they do not have one. So we're just gonna kind of base
If Animal
it.
Kingdom ever does, it's probably just going to be rides that stay open and not like any of the
I don't
animal-
think it'll be like the safari ride
Right.
though either.
No.
But we'll just kind of go off of the ones that are open, the 3 that are open. So with these after hour parties, they kind of range from the ticket prices range depending on like the day that you go and which park they are. But it's a little bit more expensive than a regular ticket.
Yep.
You're looking at like averaging like $160, $170 a person.
So it's
some can be
I didn't
a little
realize it was more than a regular ticket.
well, like Magic Kingdom tickets are basically that price, depending on the day that you go. Like it
Okay.
kind of just depends. Like it probably averages out to be a little more, but if you go to Magic Kingdom on like a weekend in a like spring break time, it's going to be that price or more. Like
Gotcha.
I mean, it's probably comparable to a Magic Kingdom ticket, but it might not be comparable to an Animal Kingdom ticket.
Okay.
Which makes sense because there's more at Magic Kingdom than Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
So
More bang
Yeah.
for your buck there.
and like those like ticket prices, obviously, the after parties they don't change. Like they're based on what park you're going to. So those are all a different price ticket, but they don't change. Like if you get a package through Disney, your park tickets, like a regular park ticket, is going to be cheaper.
Okay.
If you go to the park multiple days, it's going to be cheaper. So it just that's the price averaging.
Yeah. Okay.
About so like you'll have to decide if that's a price that you can do. If it's something that you plan ahead for, I think it's definitely and it's something that you want to do or wanting to do. You've already planned ahead for that money being out, so
Right.
there you go.
Yeah.
But they're only offered like certain times of the month, certain days, and they're at those 3 parks. So you'll just have to
Currently.
look.
Yeah. Currently,
Yeah.
only 3 parks are offered. Do they only do them a certain time of the year too?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So like right now, I just looked. There's no more dates for Magic Kingdom. They only have dates for Epcot and Hollywood Studios.
Up until when? Like the rest of the year? Or...
I think there's only dates through the summer.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're gonna go through like. I don't think they do the after hour parties when there's like the Mickey's Not So Scary and like Jollywood Nights and Mickey's Very Merry. Like they wouldn't do an after hour party too. Because those are basically a party after the park is closed.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't do another one.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
So
I guess after hours turn into parties.
Yeah. Like
once
when
you hit
those
fall.
time of the year come
Yeah,
around.
that makes sense.
So I don't know if maybe Animal Kingdom's like in the future, like if they're gonna be doing it more like January, February, like when there's not anything going on.
Yeah.
But those are the 2 parks that have them right now.
Sweet.
But in these parties, you get, and we probably talked about this before, but you do get snacks and beverages included with that price ticket.
Yeah.
And it's unlimited amount,
As much as you want.
as much as you want, as much as you can get. They are very happy to hand them out, and they actually want to hand you out like all of the treats. Is what I kind of found out. I'm like, well, I don't really
Like,
need.
here, just take it.
I don't want a popcorn and a fruit bar. Like my fruit bar is what I was going to get, but then you handed me a popcorn, so I guess I'm gonna have that too.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of fun to go through the line. But as far as the drinks, you get the worst water ever, but it's fine. Dasani water.
Madison hates Dasani water.
This is literally the worst. It tastes like feet. It's gross.
But it's not spring water though. It is purified. I think.
Isn't it? I thought it was
No, I
spring
don't-
water.
No, Dasani's not spring water.
It tastes like spring water if it's not.
I'm almost positive Dasani is not spring water. I could be. I don't know.
It has to be spring water. Maybe they have a purified and they have a spring water one. Are you gonna look it up?
I am, yeah.
Okay. Well, they have Dasani water and they have Sprite, Diet Coke, and Coke. So yeah, that's those four drinks. They have a popcorn box.
Dasani is not spring water.
Yes. Are you
It's
serious?
purified, yeah.
That's the worst purified water I've ever had.
But yeah, but they have good snacks though along with it.
Yep. So they have popcorn. It's not like the popcorn that you get like during the day. It's actually already prepackaged in a box.
Yeah, it's like your movie box popcorn type thing.
Yeah, and it's closed. So like, for example, we got the popcorn and then we went on Haunted Mansion, so I could easily like close my popcorn and just keep it with me. Like they're not gonna make you throw out your popcorn if you're going on a ride like they would on a normal day. It's kind of like if you had a popcorn bucket and you had popcorn in there already, they
Yeah.
don't like make you throw it out.
Right.
But if you just came with like a open thing of popcorn, they'd make you throw it out.
Mhm.
So, and then you get Mickey ice cream sandwiches. Those were cookies and cream, right?
No,
So-
well, no, I don't think so. Maybe they were.
I think they were.
Okay.
I think they were the cookies and cream kind because it was like we didn't realize that it was. And then
It wasn't. I will say it was kind of half melted.
well, it was very hot.
Yeah.
Yep, kind of half melted.
Eat it quick.
Ice cream bar.
If you get it, eat it right away.
But they also have Mickey ice cream. Wait, my ice cream bar is the one that's on the stick.
Yeah.
And then the ice cream sandwich was the cookie sandwich and then bar
Mhm.
with the good chocolate on the outside and
Yeah.
the good ice cream, premium ice cream.
You couldn't
bar.
eat. You can't eat the ice cream, so it's like because you're lactose intolerant, basically.
Yeah.
Kind of. So you
Kind of, yeah.
you got one, and just somehow eliminated the ice cream on the inside and just ate the
I told
chocolate coating.
I was with Austin and my dad and I was like, I'm gonna go get an ice cream bar. And Austin's like, you can't even eat the ice cream. I was like, I just want the chocolate. I just need some chocolate because I only had a fruit bar and popcorn. I was like, I need something chocolatey.
Yeah.
I just ate the chocolate out the outside and threw it away. I was like, it was so good.
Yeah?
I mean, that chocolate is so good. And I've had one of these ice cream bars before before my allergies got bad. So I knew that it was really good. And I was like, oh, this is.
Like, come on.
I can just have like a little teeny tiny bit. And I was like, I just need to have this.
But hey, you found a way to make it work.
I did. And it was really good.
Yeah, take
I was
advantage
very
of it all.
glad I did
If
it.
they're gonna give it to you for free, just find a way to make it work.
Yeah. And then they have a fruit bar. And it was a strawberry fruit bar. I think it was like Outshine brand or something like that. I feel like that's what it's called. I could be wrong.
Outshine.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I've never heard of
Sunshine.
them.
Outshine. I don't know.
Outshine. Sunshine would make more sense.
I know it has shine in the name.
Okay.
That bar. Fruit bar. So that's all included in that ticket price. And then basically it's a short, like limited amount of people. And then the rides are open. So some rides might not be open at the park. So for example, when we went to Magic Kingdom, Tiana's Bayou Adventure was not open for the after
Yeah.
hours.
We should talk real quick about when you can get in the park
Yes.
and how that works.
So usually, these are 3 hours long at every single park. So it does depend on which park on like what time you can get in. It depends on what time the park closes normally,
Mhm.
what time you can get in. So Magic Kingdom, I believe, closes at 9 or 10.
10,
10
because
because it was 10 to 1.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So we were able to get in at 7.
Yep.
So it's 3 hours before. So
Yep.
basically, you're able to get 6 hours of park time, 3 hours with limited crowds.
Yep.
So
So when everyone leaves at 10, you get an extra 3 hours. You and whoever else bought the ticket.
so I would assume like at Hollywood Studios and Epcot, you can get in at 6 because that would be 3 hours before. Like they usually close at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So you should be able to get there at 6. I didn't look that up though,
That would make sense though.
but I think that's it.
Yeah.
So you can get in early. This is the same for like most of their parties too.
Mhm.
Always look that up because that's like some vital park time
Yeah.
and like you're not as stressed getting in like when a lot of people get in, like when it actually opens. Like you're getting in way before other people are getting in and then you can maybe get some rides in.
Yeah, because we had 3 park hoppers plus this on our vacation.
Yes.
And we did, but during our park hopping days, we didn't spend as much time at Animal Kingdom because we knew we had
Magic
this
Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom, yeah, because we knew we had this party coming up.
Right. And we knew we'd be able to get all of those big rides that we would want to get in on a normal day in at this party because there's less people. So
And like you said just a minute ago, for some reason Tiana's was not open during the after hours, but it was before then, so we were able to get that in before the after hours started.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's the case like at other parks, but I would just check that they usually have a list of like which rides are open before you go to buy the ticket. So I would just like actually look at that list, not like we did. I just assumed every ride would be open because it's Magic Kingdom, but not Tiana's. I'm glad we looked, but they do give you a pamphlet like before you come in, which shows everything that happens in after hours.
Yeah.
So everything that's included, everything that's offered, what rides are open, and like what snack places are open, like that you can purchase. So like at Magic Kingdom, I believe Casey's Corner was open. So if you wanted to go actually purchase food, you could go to Casey's Corner.
Okay.
And I think the confectionery was probably open too. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I feel like it was open.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like we walked by it. So like those things aren't included in like the park ticket, but you could go buy something from there, like buy a snack or buy actual food during like the actual party hours. So they give you a pamphlet and then you get to go in early. So, and basically when you get to go in early, you get to just have like a normal park day. So if there's like the show, like the nighttime show, if you wanted to watch Happily Ever After, you could go do that during this time. If you wanted to watch The Luminous at Epcot, you could do that. Or like you can watch all of those shows and then not leave afterwards.
Right.
Basically.
You get to stay.
Yeah. Or what we did and what I think is super beneficial, especially depending on what park, and we'll kind of get into what parks we might think are worth it and what parks we do not think are worth it. You could use that time to get on the rides that don't have very much wait times. So that was our original plan, but then we found out Tiana's Bayou Adventure was not going to be open. So we definitely wanted to ride that because we hadn't all ridden it together. So we wanted to make sure we got on that before.
And that ride's better at night.
Yes.
So everybody knows.
It actually is.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah. Let's talk about that. Tiana's Bayou Adventure at nighttime, slightly scary. Like
it kind of was. Those drops, especially that last one.
Yeah,
and we were in the front row on that one.
The picture of me, I look terrified because I was.
Yeah.
Like because you can't see where you're going.
Yeah.
And I don't get scared on rides like I'm very thrill ride. I'm not somebody that is scared of thrill rides. But I don't like not seeing where I'm going.
Yeah.
And so it looks like you're just plummeting into the abyss. It's so scary. I'm like, why does this look like this?
Yeah.
And I just like wasn't expecting that at all. But the colors in that area are so beautiful. I think the fireworks might have been going off at that time too.
Yep.
Which was not...
They were going off as we were going on that final drop.
Yeah. It was not planned at all. So what happened was we got in line way before fireworks would have been going off. And then it started to look like it was like gonna storm, like a bad storm. It didn't ever... I don't think it ever even rained.
No, there were little tiny spots coming through.
There was lightning.
And we had one come right by us.
Yeah.
And unfortunately that forced them to close the ride for... What? 30 minutes at least.
Yeah. They closed the line
but we decided to wait it out.
Yeah, and a bunch of people got out of line because they weren't saying like when they would reopen or anything.
Yeah.
And the fireworks got delayed too. So everything got delayed because there was lightning. I don't think I ever heard thunder. I don't think there was ever thunder, but
I did.
Oh, there was thunder? Yep. I can't remember. But the storm never came in. Like we didn't get downpoured on or anything when we were in line for Tiana's, but everybody kept getting out of line, so we kept getting closer, and it was like we were almost to the inside part, and we looked at each other, and we're like, how long are we gonna wait in this?
I mean, looking at the radar, I'm like, this can't be closed much longer. There's just no way.
So we like have this conversation, and then we like or almost deciding to get out of line because I'm like, we're kind of wasting our after hours time
Hmm.
because we had only went on 2 rides and there was the carousel and Small World.
Hmm.
Like we haven't even gone on any good rides. And then all of a sudden it starts going through really quick and we're like, "Oh, it's
Yep.
open
Here we
now."
go. So we made the right call by staying in line. We were really close to leaving, but we're like, no, let's just stick it out.
Yeah. So I actually like didn't prepare for this because we had ridden it before. We were
Hmm.
in the back seat. So me and Austin didn't get super wet or anything. This time we get front row. I got so wet and I like didn't prepare, I guess, for like being this wet. So the shorts that I had were like cotton shorts and it felt like I was wearing a wet diaper for most of the night after that. And I'm like, I'm really glad that we rode it. I don't think I'm gonna do front row again there,
You do
but
get most wet in the front row.
oh, very
So
wet.
if you don't want to get wet, do not sit in the front row.
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all.
Hmm.
It was more fun, I think.
I think so.
Um, because especially at night, it was a lot more scary to be in the front row.
Yeah.
but, but I felt so wet the rest of the night. Like didn't get dry until almost like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I was like, I think my shorts are finally almost dry. They're only damp now. But so unlike us, like, or if you're at Magic Kingdom and you're doing the after hours, riding Tiana's because you know it's not going to be open, or riding the things if there's other things at the other parks that aren't open, like riding those would probably be a good idea at this time because
Other,
you can't ride them later.
say that again.
If a ride's not going to be open,
Yeah.
like it's a good time to do it while the
Oh,
park is open, while
yes.
there's other people, even if there's a wait, like
Yeah.
because you're not going to be able to ride it.
As far as I know, though, is at Magic Kingdom, was Tiana's the only one?
Tiana's was the only one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So get that one in if you want to ride it. You got to get that in before 10 o'clock.
Yes. So we did that.
Mhm.
And then we got on so many rides. Actually, I think I still have the list.
I do want to say this. I think we got as much done in that 6 hours as we would have done if we were there the whole day.
I would agree with that 100%.
Keep that in mind. For us, that's how it was. And if they only sell a certain amount of tickets, then it should be that way for most everybody who does an after party.
Yeah.
Because I would assume most of them usually sell out.
Yeah. So and I do think if Tiana's would not have closed like that, we would have gotten more rides in because we were already waiting in line a little bit longer than what the line was posted but most of the rides went down at this time. There was a lot of rides that went down, so it was like we're not going to get out of line to go into a different ride that is closed down.
Mm-hmm.
But in this after hours party at Magic Kingdom specifically, we were able to ride the Carousel, Small World, Tiana's, Jungle Cruise, Pirates, Magic Carpet of Aladdin, Haunted Mansion. You were able to ride Tron
Twice.
while I watched fireworks and met princesses.
Mm-hmm.
We rode Space Mountain. I rode Tron with them, so that was the second time you rode Tron. We did Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and did the Mad Teacups,
Mm-hmm.
all in that short amount of time. And the only things that we did before, everything else was in that 3 hours besides the Carousel, Small World, and Tiana's. So
Mhm.
we only did 3, and we like went and got like some snacks from
You said Pirates, right?
yes.
Okay.
We went and got snacks from the
Confectionery.
confectionery, yeah, when we got there. So we didn't like start off as soon as we went in there.
Yeah.
We did like do some shopping.
I think if we would have went gung ho right away,
yeah.
we would have been able to hit everything we wanted. Like we had time to do more. Like we didn't do a lot of the smaller ones,
Yeah.
but we
And
could
I would have done
more.
like a couple. We did get in line for Peter Pan.
Yeah.
And then we decided to just get out of line because we realized that the fireworks were going to start. So that's the other thing that these after hours parties usually include. They usually include some type of like so I would say they include extra characters in meet and greets. At Magic Kingdom, they only had princesses. There was not extra characters besides the princesses. There were extra princesses that they didn't announce. Like, so we went in to see Cinderella and Tiana. Those were the only ones. But they also offered Rapunzel and Snow White. So those were
Yeah.
like surprise characters.
When you went in, they were in there when you went in there, and you
Yes.
didn't know they were going to be there.
No, because they didn't announce that. They just said it was the 2 princesses, and then it was a lot more than that.
Which is a nice little surprise.
Yeah, but like the thing does say like, oh, there's characters there. Those are the only 2 characters
No.
at Magic. The
Yeah.
only 4 characters in Magic
I didn't see any
Kingdom.
characters walking around anywhere.
There was no characters walking around. There was no other meet and greet areas.
Uh-huh.
And I would think that it's probably the same for the other parks. Maybe like Hollywood Studios probably has a few like other characters, maybe like Goofy and Max, like those kind of characters, but I doubt there's a lot more there than
Yeah.
But they do say that on their website. They have character experiences.
I mean, they did have they had them.
Yeah. But it's not like if you've been to something like the Halloween party or the Christmas party, it's not like those kind of characters. Like they have a ton of characters for those things.
Yeah.
These ones it was 4 at Magic Kingdom. But they did offer like a special fireworks show. So usually like
That was cool.
you can go see Fantasmic at Hollywood Studios. So that's something you could do if you did the Hollywood Studios one.
Probably get a great seat no matter what there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that those are a night that they do it twice.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it does run twice.
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume that they run that twice.
Yeah.
The only thing about that, because we didn't do the one at Hollywood Studios, but I don't know how much time that would take out. Like when you go, like getting in and getting out of that theater kind of takes a long time.
It does.
It's a long walk.
If it's full, which it always is.
But it wouldn't be full for an after
No,
hours.
I wouldn't think so.
But still.
It takes a good hot second
But
to
it's
just
like,
get out of the stands.
Yeah, it's like it's a long walk after you get out of the stands.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that would like suck up your time.
It would be a time sucker.
Yeah. But if that's like priority for you, that's something to keep in mind.
For sure.
And what else did... So that's basically what an after hours party is. It's a time that you can ride rides.
Yeah, and they only sell it's like a portion of the tickets they would sell for a regular day. So like we said, the lines will be shorter, 100%.
Yes.
And I would assume they usually all sell out. It would be a good idea. It'd be nice, kind of interesting to know how many tickets they have for sale, so you kind of have an idea of how many people are actually there.
Yeah.
But obviously your biggest rides will have the longest ones, but like Tron, the longest wait time was 25 minutes?
25 minutes.
And throughout the day, that thing averages like at least
70 or
60 to 70. So
yeah,
we could have rode Tron more times than what we did if we wanted to.
And like the same with like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and like Peter Pan, 15 minutes or less the whole time, which Peter Pan during the day is usually 45 to 60 minutes always.
Yeah. It's
insane that it's that long.
we walked onto Pirates. We walked right onto Haunted Mansion. Walked right onto the boat route, the
Jungle Cruise.
The Jungle Cruise. It was just like us and like 3 other people on that boat.
Yeah, there was like no one on there.
Walked right on the boat.
And we had the best skipper. Side note.
Yeah,
skipper.
He was interesting.
He was hilarious.
Yeah.
He was so animated and like he didn't just tell like a sarcastic joke. He also used a lot of like body humor, like how like he moves his body. He like was very animated with his expressions. I loved it. Like that is the type of skipper that you want every single time, I think. Like you want somebody that is just going all out.
He gave it his all.
He did. It was hilarious.
I can't imagine doing that a whole shift, but some people are built for that stuff.
I don't think I could do it, but I feel like I could do it for one ride.
Yeah.
But I mean,
takes a special person.
Oh yeah, I mean I think that skippers, like a really good skipper, that's an incredible actor. Like that is somebody that has like a talent in that.
That certain actors used to be
Steve Martin.
Yeah, a skipper on.
And I think Robin Williams.
I was gonna say, yeah, Robin Williams. I thought was one of them too.
I'm pretty sure he was one, and I think Steve Martin was one. Like, I mean, those are big actors that were skippers.
Yeah.
That like, I mean, and they're funny.
Yeah.
very funny actors.
Yep.
It's just like those are I don't know. That's I also love humor and I love something that's really funny. So it's really fun when you get a skipper that like loves their job and you can tell that they love being a skipper.
Yeah.
That's not always the case. And
And
I can
skipper is the person who
understand.
drives the boat, just so people
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I would assume most people know that, but
Did you know? I don't know if we've ever talked about this, me and you, but there's a there's a restaurant that's right on the other side of the Jungle Cruise called the Skipper Canteen,
mm,
and all of your waiters and waitresses are skippers from the Jungle Cruise, so they like tell jokes and stuff
really?
like while you're getting served like
No,
your food.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't
Huh.
think we've ever talked about that, but I
No.
guess I heard it's really good.
Yeah.
Like the food itself is super good there too. That
Wow.
like
No, I didn't know that.
I think they have. I was gonna say they have cheese bread, but I think that's very wrong. I think it's like cheese, like dough balls. I don't know for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that's something to look into for the
Yeah,
future
definitely.
because that'd be really funny.
Yeah.
But anyways, best skipper. We walked right on, did the whole ride, walked off, and it's just very fun to walk in and out of lines, especially like during the day. It is not like that. It is when you walk onto a ride, you're like, yeah, I just walk onto a ride. Like it's surprising. Here, it was like we're not going on it if we're not walking onto it. So
Mhm.
we like didn't for the first couple hours we did not go on to like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train because it was still
That one
about
stayed kind of long
like
for whatever
40 to
reason.
30 minutes
Yeah.
because I think a lot of people for like that ride for your bigger rides, you still have a lot of park guests like between that 10 and 11 o'clock because you can get in the line up
True.
to when the park closes. So
Yeah, you can get in line like at 9:59,
yeah,
even though park closes at 10, but they
Yeah.
still let you go through. So
yeah.
that's true.
So
Yeah.
you still have those people going in. But to get onto Tron that in 25 minutes, you have to think like 10 to 15 minutes of that is just like going through the pre-show and getting your locker just cuz that kind of takes a little bit of time to do. But so you're only really waiting in line for maybe 10 to 15 minutes
That one part
total.
of Tron where you kind of stand and the glass is fogged and then it opens up
Yeah.
and then you can see like the ride there. During after hours, they didn't even have.
No.
They didn't even do that. They just let you go right through.
They said
Yeah, just walk right on.
just go.
Yeah, which was cool. You didn't
Said
have to.
we're not doing this.
It doesn't take super long, but it's kind of nice to know that they're just wanting you to get on the ride.
Yeah. So it's a lot of it's a lot of fun. And you kind of get experiences on these rides that I don't think that you do during the actual park day. Like you got to do the front row in Tron, which I think we talked about in a previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you would be able to do that. I like obviously it is all about unless you ask, like it's all about luck
Yep.
anyways. But when there's a lot more people, you have less luck. So
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean
Chances lower a little
chances
bit.
are lower when you have a ton of people. So you just kind of get there's less people, and I think if you do want to ask because there's less people, you can probably ask every time and they're probably fine with it.
Yeah.
If you want to get front row or a certain seat.
And it makes a difference, everyone. Tron front row really makes a difference. I didn't think it would make as much difference as it did.
And I think one of my favorite things, especially this one specific to Magic Kingdom, is I got to see the fireworks show that is not during the normal day. So I've never seen a fireworks show. Well, I've seen one other fireworks show. It was the one that they did for the 50th. I don't even know what that one was called. I hope it's not the same one as this one. But they had Enchantment going on. And Enchantment is a different fireworks show so they do different kind of fireworks and different kind of projections on the screen compared to Happily Ever After. And I don't know if it was the actual show or the experience, but I liked this one better than Happily Ever After. I think it was the experience because I got to sit down during the whole thing, basically in front of the castle.
Yeah.
And sitting down during fireworks is a game changer. And I don't know why we're not all doing that for Happily Ever After.
Yeah.
That would
just
make
sit
it
down.
Yeah, it would make it so much more enjoyable for everyone. Nobody was in front of me with their kid on their shoulders. Nobody was holding their phone up in front of my face where I'm watching it through their phone. Like there wasn't that at all.
There were less people too.
There's less people, and I sat down the whole
I feel
time.
like even with the regular show, people could just sit down.
I think so too. After experiencing that, I think we could all sit down.
Yeah,
But I don't know, maybe it's like a hazard to get in and out too when you're all sitting down like that.
could be.
But it was incredible to just sit down there and you're like taking a breather and you're just like taking in this huge fireworks show.
Yeah,
It's like it's very breathtaking. I think to be able to sit down that close to the castle, like these projections on the castle are incredible. And then that specific fireworks was really cool, and there was a really cool part that had like Walt in there, and I really liked that. But I don't think I'd be able to experience that at any other time. This
yeah,
is only offered during the after
yep.
hours.
It's a different experience that you will not get on a regular park day.
Yeah.
Like, period.
Yeah. So let's talk big question here.
Question of the day.
The
Second one.
real question
Yeah, the
of the
real one.
day. Do you think it's worth it? So we are going to talk about, do we think it's worth it overall? And we're going to talk about like if we think it's worth it for certain places.
Mhm.
So, do you think it's worth it? It's a more of expensive price. I think it's worth it.
If you think about it, you're paying just as much or a little bit more for less hours,
Yes.
but Yep.
But you have shorter wait times,
mhm,
and you're not worrying about the wait times like sucking up your time during the
right.
day. During the day, you do have to really look at those wait times because you could suck up 2 hours of your day waiting in line.
Mhm.
During this, you're not going to do that
Yeah.
because the lines do not get long like that.
Yeah.
You can, if rides, I think it's worth it if rides are your main thing. Like for us, that's our main thing. If you don't care about not, like, I mean, because the food's not open during this, like, most of the food places are not open.
Yep.
We made sure we got some cheeseburger spring rolls before they closed.
Yep.
So you have like that 3 hours before the park closes to get your stuff, but
Mhm.
that is also taken away from your ride time. But you can do that stuff in that time. But for the 3 hours that it's open where there's nobody there, if food's like your main goal, I don't know if it's worth it.
Mhm.
If characters are your main goal, definitely not worth it.
Yeah.
If you want to see 4 princesses, cool. At least Magic Kingdom. I don't know about the other parks, but I've seen videos and things of the other parks, and I don't see a ton of other characters. So probably think that's, and so you just have to like weigh on what's your priority.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yep. I think it is worth it. It's not as hot. You get to spend most of the day at the park not just roasting under the sun.
Yeah.
I love that. Being at the park at night, which we've talked about many times, is just a different experience. I
Park
love it.
after dark.
Oh yeah, Park After Dark. And that's what we should name our podcast.
Park after dark.
And then yeah, I really think you could get most of your rides in that you want to
Yeah.
in that period. I will say those 3 hours though went by quick. They went by real quick.
I could not imagine, this would not be worth it if you could not get in earlier than that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I would say don't waste your time.
No, like if you could only get in from 10 to 1, no, don't do
Yeah.
that. Like you're not going
Yeah.
to get the stuff done you need.
No.
But because you have the extra 3 hours, you have some like not as like when 10 o'clock hit, we didn't talk very much. We were like, where are we going next? Where are we going next? Let's get a snack. Let's go this. Let's
Mhm.
like we were on a mission to get as much in as we could after that.
Yeah.
Like me and my mom split up from them, but like the conversation was very short. We're going to watch fireworks. You guys go to Tron. Like it was not family time like that.
It was fun though. I
it
did
was
enjoy
fun.
it.
I
It was
like
a lot
that.
of walking.
Yeah. Like you're going to put in some steps in those 3 hours
Mhm.
especially, but because you get the extra time, I think that's what makes it worth it. I would say where it's not worth it, I would never pay to do this at Epcot.
No. Too much walking.
And there's only like 4 rides that I want to go on.
Yep.
Like and
And you know most people will be at those
yeah.
probably the top 2, which would be
Well, top 3 would be Guardians, Frozen, and Remy.
yeah.
And the distance between Remy and Guardians,
It's just
Like
yeah.
I can't like if I went to Magic
yeah.
Kingdom and my rides were Pirates of the Caribbean and Tron and like those are what I'm going back and forth to, not fun.
Right. No.
But there's a lot of rides in between that.
Right. That you can do.
That you can do, but
Unless you just like being in the countries with nobody else around, I guess.
I
If
guess
that's
that
your
would be
thing.
cool. I don't even know if there's like the countries are open like for food and stuff though.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like I don't know what the vibe would be in there. I would have to look more up, but I would say probably not worth it at that park. Personally.
I would agree for sure.
Personally,
yeah.
I could not.
I'm usually done with that park. If we were to start our day at that park, I'd be done by noon.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
But
I do
Hollywood
like
Studios,
it there at
though,
night. Hollywood Studios, like after we did this at Magic Kingdom, I was like, I'd 100% do this at Hollywood Studios
Mhm.
because I do think like it'll be more worth it if they do this like once like things like Monsters is open, like when they have that whole section open, because that's like 4 sections of big rides
Mhm.
that get very long during the day. I don't know like how long it takes to get through Slinky Dog. Like I didn't look at wait times. I don't know the wait times for that during after hours, but I would assume it's at least cut in half. Slinky Dog gets up to 70, 80 minutes.
that ride. I mean, it's a cool roller coaster, but it's just
It's
like, why is it always that long?
I don't know. I think the
I mean,
loading
it's a good one
is
for
like
kids.
not
'Cause
yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, it's not like
I enjoy it.
real. It's a good mixture between like
A kid's coaster
and a kids coaster and something that's
it's
little
like a
faster.
little yeah, it's a little more thrilling than a kid's coaster.
I don't think it would scare many kids.
Yeah, I think the only part that's scary about that is like you can see yourself kind of going down a bigger hill, and I think that's what's scary for little kids.
Mhm.
Like and it does give you like the drop while you're doing that and you can see very clearly. So
Yeah.
I think that's what kind of gets a little scary compared to other ones if you can't see as well. Like Seven Dwarfs, you can't really see like you're going down
Mhm.
like the whole ground around you.
Yeah.
But Hollywood Studios, I would do this 100%. Do you know how many times we could go on like Rockin' and Tower of Terror?
Many
Just being
times.
at Star Wars at night, like
Yeah.
I would love to just walk around there. Like that, I'd probably go to like Star Wars towards like the beginning of the night while the park is still open. So you can kind of get the feel like while there's people in there, but like while there's people at Fantasmic.
Mhm.
And then like maybe do some of the rides over there. But like seeing the Millennium Falcon at night, some of these things are really cool to see at night.
Yeah.
And I do think Epcot looks really cool at night. I just can't imagine spending like that price for how little rides they have there.
Mhm.
If they had maybe 1 or 2 more rides, maybe if Test Track was back open and they
Yeah.
had maybe like another ride, I would probably think about it.
Yep.
But I just can't I can't imagine walking from Remy all the way to Guardians and going back.
Yeah.
Like that I would only ride Remy once.
Yeah.
Like I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't
That's
see
just
it.
too much.
It's too much walking.
I would just probably ride Remy, get in line at Guardians, and then probably just stay at Guardians the rest of the night. See how many times I can get
Yeah.
that ride in.
Which that's fun. I
Mhm.
mean, if that's your goal, you just know you're spending a little bit of a higher price for it.
Yeah.
You get on Guardians, go get a snack. Get on Guardians again, go get a snack.
Yeah, you could definitely do that.
I'm sure Soren is like very easy to get on and off because
Mhm.
it just loads so many people.
Yeah.
It's probably the only time you're probably going to get on Soren and there's not people like beside like a ton of people beside you or something.
Mhm.
Um
And 2, we will have a vlog
yes.
with like a special vlog that is after hours.
We should have it all be after hours, but I don't know for
That's
sure.
the goal.
That's
Yeah.
the goal.
I think we'll have enough content to make just one vlog out of.
I think so. We had some
Um,
problem with our camera that night.
Yeah.
And that's when we learned like things. I mean, it's our first time vlogging things, so I think you learned things on your first go around. So we'll see if it is enough to make a full video. If not, it'll just be that whole day. But we didn't really do very
Yeah,
much.
there
that
will be
day.
footage of the after hour party.
Yeah.
But our first vlog should be coming out hopefully this week. We'll see.
I think might be more next week.
Well, like this is coming out Monday.
Oh yeah, it
So
could be this
I
week.
think there's a good chance it'll be out
this week.
this week.
Kind of
see.
depend on how the
Just
week
keep
goes.
your eye out.
Yes, we'll make a post about it and
Hmm.
stuff. But that's basically it. You get our little opinion about after hours. I'm gonna make a side note here, and we'll probably talk about these more as they come closer to the season. But I think no question, and it's not an after hours party, but the Halloween party and the Christmas parties, those are 100% worth it. No,
Yeah.
like those are 100% worth the money.
Yeah.
Don't even look at the price. Just say, is it happening while I'm there? And get the ticket.
Just do it.
Just do it at least once.
Yeah.
It will seriously brighten your day and make everything better. That's all I got to say about that.
Enough said.
But that's it for after hours. So I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that was maybe helpful, just like hearing our opinion. If it's and yeah, we quite enjoyed our time.
We did.
And yeah, we'll be back Friday
Yep.
for another episode, and then back next Monday for Friday for coffee talk, next Monday for a whole episode.
Yep. Thanks for listening. You can listen anywhere you find podcasts. Watch us on YouTube. Keep an eye out for our first vlog. It'll be day 1 of our vacation.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're excited for it.
Yes. Bye.
Bye, everybody.